Hey all, welcome back. I'm the Half Grass Gardener and it is a hot and muggy day here in Central Texas. I'm in zone 8B 9A and today I am working on a project here on my southern bed. I'm going to be expanding it by about 3 feet and I'll be putting down mulch, digging a trench, cardboard, all the fun stuff that happens before you actually get to put some plants in the ground. It is, like I said, a really super muggy day. We've had a ton of rain over the past 10 days or so, which we're so grateful for. But that means humidity levels are pretty high. So even though it's only like 85, feels closer to like 92 or so. So of course I've got my trusty water bottle covered in sunscreen and some bug spray because the mosquitoes are just out of control right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Come along with me. I'll talk a little bit about my plans for what I'm going to be planting in here, and we'll just get going. So this is the before of this bed. This bed has been here about 3 or 4 years and it's only about 4 feet deep. You can see I put down cardboard already just on the edge of the bed. If you've watched any of my videos from last summer, I had a rock border here that I have pulled up and that's going to allow me to extend the bed. I do plan to put in just a trench divider as opposed to a solid divider, because that's going to allow me not only to save some money on materials, but also if I want to expand this bed again in the future, which I probably will, let's face it, it'll be easy. I'm not going to have to pull anything up. So grass is crazy and out of control because we've gotten so much rain. So I've kind of got my work cut out for me. You can see I've already started my trench. I've got a long ways to go on both sides. I don't know how much I'm going to actually get done today, but we're gonna try, and that's all we can do, right? I probably don't have enough mulch or cardboard. I do have my trusty root slayer, which is gonna help me dig my trench here. So here we go. I'll go ahead and step back so you can get a view of how deep we really are. And yeah, we're gonna get going. So this bed has been established for about 4.5, maybe 5 years, and it currently has almost all Texas natives. I've got Salvia greggii, Salvia farinaceae, rock rose, Salvia coccinea. I've got a honeysuckle coral, or coral honeysuckle that I plan to put on an obelisk. It's just now getting established, so I think it's going to be beautiful once it finally grows up around that trellis. I plan to put in quite a few things that I've grown from seed. I've got agastache, I've got rudbeckia and catmint. I also have quite a few things that I have propagated from other plants I've got in different parts of my garden. Several types of Salvia greggii, Zexminia, more Salvia farinaceae. Of course, I'll be adding some Gora in here. I've grown some from seed. It's a white variety that is hopefully just going to be beautiful. White Gora is one of my absolute favorites. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I think this is going to be beautiful. We're adding about 250 to 300 square feet of garden bed here. So we've definitely got the real estate to put in a lot of things and make this really a beautiful feature of our yard. Okay guys, it's confession time. I've been gardening for 2 decades. I am a very accomplished, stubborn woman. I'm the kind of woman who gets things done. I have fixed my air conditioning. I have done building projects. I can lift a 50-pound bag of mulch with no problem. There are very few things in my life that I've tried and failed at doing when I put my mind to it. But there's one thing I cannot do, and that is start a freaking weed whacker. For the life of me, I can't do it. Every single time I have to weed whack something, I have to go get my husband, and it absolutely kills me. He always checks the choke. He makes sure I have primed it. I've always done those things. I just can't get the dang thing started. So I have weed whacking to do. My grass is really tall today. My husband's not home. So I am literally picking grass out of my lawn because I can't get my weed whacker started. So this year I am setting a goal, and that is to learn how to start the freaking weed whacker. Here we go. Okay, with all this digging, I keep pulling up all these rocks. And this is a really cool piece of granite. And anytime I find something cool looking like this, I put it in my pocket. Usually at the end of a day of gardening, I've got a pocket full of rocks. And I'm gonna show you a little project I did with the some of the rocks that I found on my property. So this was my little project that I did with all of my found rocks. It is a little fountain. I just got a resin pot, and then on top of it I've got a plastic saucer, a plant saucer, and it took me a while to find one that fit perfectly for what I was looking for, but it's so cute. I ended up using, you can just use like a plastic tubing. The fountain kit came with a plastic tube, but I went ahead and got a roll of copper. It was like $12 for I think 4 feet or something. Just cut it down, and it's got a little solar panel. And what I like about this fountain kit is the solar panel has a little bit of, it absorbs the sun so it doesn't go out when the sun's not up, except for at night. But you know, if you have like a cloud or something, a lot of them will just turn off if they don't have sun, but it's got a little bit of a storage, so it'll run for about an hour or so. Anyway, and I filled the dish. All of the rocks in here are rocks that I have found around my garden, so you can see I've got some really cool rocks in here. And yeah, I still need to fill it in a little bit more, but you can see I've got some really cool ones, all different types of like granite and limestone. And this whole project took me like, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. And I love it. I love the sound. Okay. I have been hard at work. I am sweaty. So I am taking a water break. And when it is sweaty like this or hot like this and you're sweating a lot, you got to make sure you are drinking your water. And if you are out here for a long time, like I am today, kind of doing a marathon gardening session, I like to replenish electrolytes, which is basically salt. So I like to sprinkle a little bit of like 1/4 of a teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt into my water. There's also a lot of like over-the-counter things, Element and Liquid IV and stuff. You could try those. You have to be careful with those. However, you don't want to use too many of them in a day because that can be too much salt. So you got to be careful with that. So I just stick with the Himalayan sea salt typically. Every once in a while I might put a packet of something in there, but also I think you saw my little stool that I'm sitting on. This is like a little $5 plastic IKEA step stool. And I love having this in my garden because it's basically indestructible. Super lightweight, so it's easy to carry around. And then when I want to take a little break or something, I've got somewhere to sit without having to, you know, go to the porch and mess around and stuff like that. I can just kind of sit where I am. I use this in the garden a lot. So like if I'm weeding or if I need to be on the ground, you know, pulling up grass or whatever it is I'm doing, like I'm doing today. Sometimes I just don't want to be like on my knees in the grass and the bugs and everything. So this is a really good option for me. And there is a hummingbird like 8 feet off camera. So I'm getting distracted. But anyway, I'm taking a little break. I'm getting a lot done. You can see I have got most of my little ditch here for my my border. So I'm just gonna relax for a second, get back to it. And in case you couldn't see it, this is the IKEA step stool. I've had this thing forever. Get one. All right, guys, I finally finished up my bed expansion. It took about 2 days. I ended up having to go get some more mulch, which I knew the 6 bags wasn't gonna cut it. I think I ended up putting in 17 whole bags of mulch. So I'm just glad to have it done. We are expecting some big storms over the next couple of days. So that's gonna give this a chance to get settled and start speeding up the process to break down that cardboard. So hopefully I can be planting by the middle of May at the latest. And this is the completed bed. You can see all that new mulch, a couple of rocks, and just looks a lot better over here. This is where I've ended, but I've still got the space to go in this area. I've already got my ditch for my border cut, so I just need to clean that area up. Just waiting to fix this part of our shed. So that will be a project here in the next couple weeks or so. But I am so happy to finally have this done. I mean, you can see that that's just a lot of space. That's a good 5 feet that we've added. And if you are looking to start planting natives in your garden and you don't know where to start small. That's kind of what I did here. You know, I did a 4-foot bed. I already had my sage that's been there for years. Just started kind of adding things in. I don't even have this bed really full right now, but I still see a lot of birds and butterflies. I see a lot of dragonflies in this area. Something about this area they like. It must be a little extra wet over there. But yeah, looking really good. Very happy with the progress. I can't wait to just fill this in with a lot of stuff that I've been growing from seed and some transplants. So we're just gonna be able to get more and more pollinators, and we're getting rid of that lawn. So that is always a good thing in my book. Thanks for joining along with me. I will check you next time. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, please do that. Like, subscribe, forward to your friends, all those good things. And I will see y'all next time.